Hey you guys, it's Bright tonight. We're here to talk about a video that Dustin Dailey just released, and I received it once, and then later in the day I received it another time, and then another time, and I was like, okay, 3 strikes, you're out. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with Dustin Dailey. Why am I receiving this video linked multiple times? And I have watched the first minute or so. I see that Adam McIntyre is in this video. And this entire conversation stems from drama channels being hypocrites. And I've always said I go out of my way to make sure that I'm not a hypocrite, because I realize that aligning with certain people or making certain content or not making certain content on purpose can make me look like a hypocrite. And I always want to maintain your all's trust as somebody who is responding to internet culture, internet tea, or whatever you want to call it. I go out of my way to make sure that I don't look like a hypocrite. Am I saying that I've never been a hypocrite in any video? Absolutely not. But what I am saying is I do my best to make sure that I'm aligning with the proper creators. I am making content that doesn't put y'all in a position where you're questioning, okay, what is going on with her? Why are we continuing to support her based off insert content here? I hope that makes sense. I really want to know how y'all feel, as I'm pretty sure that my subscribers, chances are some of y'all subscribe to Sloan, Dustin, Petty Page, Adam McIntyre, Peter Mon, whoever you subscribe to. I want to know, how do y'all feel about this video? So we're going to react to most of it and just see kind of what happens. So if you're interested, please keep watching.
Sloan Spill Sheh at the release party or something of JoJo's song, and I just find it interesting because I'm to cover stories about predators and stuff like that, or people that have been accused of things, and even JoJo being in the headlines for being abusive towards those kids. I think it's really interesting to be going to release parties and stuff like that of people that you have to make content on who are bad people. That was really interesting.
Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I am back with another video. And in this video, I want to talk about Sloan Hooks and Spill Sheh and the hypocrisy that I've seen over the...
I could not agree more with what Adam said there. If you are covering things and you're supposed to be this unbiased channel who's just reacting to internet drama, because that's all these channels are, myself included, no matter what kind of genre you're focusing on, you are an internet drama commentary channel. You're reacting to things that are happening online, which is all good. That's amazing. However, to be spotted at JoJo's listening party, to me, is a huge red flag. You could not, let's just go to make-believe land for just a quick second and say that I'm living in the LA area and I just happened to receive an invite to go to JoJo Siwa's listening party. If there was a $10,000 check attached to that invite, you would not have caught me there unless I was dead. Literally, you could have not caught me there. There is nothing that could have made me go to a JoJo Siwa listening party, a Colleen Ballinger party, a frickin' James Charles party, and on top of it, even if it's a JoJo Siwa listening party where people like Colleen and James are in attendance, you could not pay me to show my face among these creepy people that I have given very fair criticism to. Couldn't pay me to be there. Not now, not ever. I am going to skip over his sponsored part early on in this video, so let's get past that part and keep on moving.
finally to when people critique him. And there is evidence to support this as well.
If she makes another video, this is your warning, YouTuber Headlines. If you make another video, I will make more videos, and I will work with Josh, and I will find out your personal information, and I will put it out there because you have been talking about so many people online. Well, not that person. I'll put out your name. Like, I don't release people's addresses because I've had that stuff happen. I'm not going to do that. But I'm saying I will release your name and your picture just like I did Samantha Oakley, and I'll continue to talk about you because you betrayed my trust. You are not my friend.
When Sloan was threatening to dox YouTuber Headlines alongside Dad Challenge Podcast, because he was basically using Dad Challenge Podcast as a way to obtain the information so then he could release said information about her. Yeah, sure, you're not going to release the address, or that's what you said back then, but if somebody is going by a username and they're not like, here's my thing. Over the years, YouTuber Headlines has done some things that I might have disagreed with. I might have said, I don't really care for this. But I still watch a lot of her content, and I still, I leave support and I leave a like and whatever. It's not on a really consistent basis. But nobody deserves to have their information doxed because this other person is throwing a tantrum and has another person that is a big man baby who is willing to dig to the center of the earth to obtain people's private information that they don't want out there. And I'll be really honest, if y'all hear about somebody saying, okay, well, I don't like so-and-so, you're talking about me, you don't like me, blah, 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 and they're threatening to dox that person, and you are okay with that, I would suggest taking 10 steps back and saying, why am I okay with this person having their safety put at risk, all because this other person doesn't like said content, when said content is not hurtful to anybody. It is very scary, the things that are supported online, and unfortunately it seems like a lot of really toxic people end up clawing their way to the top, and I hope they enjoy it while they're up there, because people are going to find out who you actually are. Your character is going to shine through. It is just a matter of time. So enjoy it while you're up there.
Now, I do want to give you guys a little bit of background information just so I'm completely transparent here. Paige and I did hang out with Sloan and Spill Sheh when we were in LA. It was just a very awkward experience because Spill Sheh was messaging MANNY right in front of me, talking about her and Sloan having a threesome with him. It kind of caught me off guard because just a few months later, she ended up doing a collab with him.
It's not Morgan Adams. It's actually Christy. That's been silly.
Now, back in the day when I was coming up on YouTube, this would never, ever be able to happen. There was all these.
I remember that collab that she did with MANNY, and I made a video on it, so I'll link it down below in case y'all missed it. But I don't like. Here's my thing. Like, I've made a lot of content that has been critical towards. Let's just use Colleen Ballinger as an example. If I had an opportunity to interview Colleen or have her on my channel, that's not necessarily something that I would jump at the opportunity to go ahead and do, because I see who you are and I'm here to share my unfiltered opinions with anybody who is willing to listen to said opinions. I don't like this, well, I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch of content acting as if I'm against you, but then the first opportunity that I get to have you on my channel, I know that it will drive more views. It's giving hypocrite, it's giving bias, and it's giving you're not really here for your subscribers to deliver content that is well-researched and backed with your own opinion. It's giving con artist. Tell me if I'm wrong down below.
Of payroll, and I'm getting paid for this, and this person's paying me for that, and I'm getting paid for that, and Dustin did this, and Nick did that. So I am kind of wondering where the Keep the Same Energy crew went, because these people are not keeping the same energy. And what's really weird about it is, on all of my demographics, on all of my analytics for my channel, all the same people that watch me, watch them. So it's just strange to me that Spill Sheh and Sloan can get away with hanging out with MANNY MUA, going to JoJo Siwa's music launch, and doing all of these things. It's just weird. If I were to do that, I would get dragged to hell in a handbasket. And do you guys want to know what really aggravates me about this? Like, aggravates me to my soul, to my fucking soul. I've never told anybody this before. I'm just gonna tell you guys now. I've passed up some pretty big opportunities that would have probably helped my channel.
The other thing that I want to hit on that is very specific regarding any content creator that has covered the dangers of family vlogging, the issues of kid influencers, the issues of kids being used for clicks and views. If you are sitting there making that kind of content, why are you supporting somebody like JoJo Siwa? I realize that she is currently an adult, but you are technically saying, okay, as long as these kid influencers grow up to be adults and they can, release music or release merch or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and go to that party if I get an invite. To me, you will not catch me at a child influencer's anything. Again, you cannot pay me to be around some of these people. I am here to report on what I'm seeing. I don't want any bias. I don't want any preconceived notions as to, oh, well, I met them in I met them in LA and we had a really good conversation over drinks. Like, no, I don't want that. I want to be able to report exactly how I'm feeling right now, current day, nothing else attached to it.
One of those is I was asked to edit for Trisha Paytas. And I sat and I thought about that for a very long time. Internally, I asked what their thoughts would be, because this would have been something really big for me. To have the name Trisha Paytas beside mine with me being her editor, that would have been a huge deal. And ultimately, I passed on it because I thought the optics of that situation would be bad. All while we have people like Sloan and Spill Sheh hanging out with MANNY and Trisha Paytas. So
I'm glad that he had enough self-awareness to go ahead and say, like, yes, this could have been a really good opportunity, but it would have not been in his best interest as somebody who is a drama commentary T channel. I love when people have self-awareness. Y'all already know that much. And I feel like that's something that really lacks with a lot of creators. They might have self-awareness early on, but it goes to the back burner so quickly as soon as they're getting attention or being emailed or even, DM'd or getting texts from these people. Their self-awareness and their, I'm going to keep a line drawn in the sand, it just goes in the trash, like literally within minutes, because they look at the clicks and they look at the opportunities and they look at the title. And I'm glad that Dustin did not do that, even though it could have been very good for his resume.
Really gets under my skin, because I can't even tweet back to Trisha Paytas without getting hate from the Trishy Land bitches. But it's completely acceptable for Sloan and Spill Sheh to go over there and be on her podcast. Where's the same energy? But this is not my only problem with Sloan specifically. We're gonna talk about Spill Sheh in a minute. It's the fact for me, and this may be going too far, I don't give a shit, but me, Paige, him, and Christy were all out at this restaurant in LA. I don't even know the name of it because it's not even somewhere that I would want to go. I'm a Denny's kind of girl. I don't need all that extra shit. But we were out to eat and they ordered all these oysters, probably 3 or 4 different things of oysters, and I don't eat that shit. That's gross. So they ordered that, they ordered food, they ordered drinks. Paige and I think maybe I had 1 drink, Paige maybe had 2 drinks, and our bill would have been like $80. But when the bill comes to the table, they want to split this 4 different ways.
Another thing that y'all could not pay me, or anyone could pay me to do, is eat oysters. I realize maybe that's just like, oh, you're being close-minded. Like, listen, I've grown up on seafood. I know things to a certain extent, but you could not pay me to eat raw oysters. Never. Nope.
And you can imagine my shock, honey. Me and Paige looked at each other and we were like, no, girl, we are not splitting this. Like, we had some chicken wings and some drinks. Y'all had oysters and the whole 9. Like, why would I split that? That was red flag number 1. Now, let me back up. That's red flag number 2 because...
Well, hold on. And that is a red flag, but also Sloan and Spill Sheh are, if we're going to talk about, like, okay, if your money is based on your views on YouTube, who's making more? Why are they not just splitting the bill for what they got versus what Dustin and Paige got? I'm telling y'all, listen, I've worked with very wealthy people because of my full-time job, and wealthy people are some of the cheapest, most crooked, most greedy individuals that you will come across in your life. And I find it interesting because things like this really confirm what I have seen myself, if that makes sense.
We got to his apartment, he wanted to show us around, and he was being very weird. When he showed us around his apartment, he had like his jockstrap laying on the bed, and he was like, oh, I forgot to put my jockstrap away. Like, I didn't come to see your apartment. I came to hang out and go to the club. Now, this was around the time that I was making this James Charles video that I never ended up finishing, and apparently Sloan is friends with some people that were included in that, and they didn't take too kindly to me including them. BJ, I heard about you going around telling everybody if I talk about you, I better come with facts, come with facts. I'm not bothered or fussed to talk about you, BJ. You are simply not that interesting to me. And this whole attitude that you have thinking that you're gonna crack the case with...
I'm gonna skip over the little part where Dustin talks about, Sloan and the James Charles thing. I'll insert it as a little clip, but I don't think that it's worth my reaction. So let's just keep going.
But getting back to Sloan, since I already didn't like BJ because there was some shit going on between us, I had changed my number anyway for a different reason, which Sloan had my number because we were in contact at that time. He ended up giving BJ my phone number without my consent. No consent at all. He just straight up gave her my number, and she called me and ambushed me on the phone one day. I was high as hell, you guys, and she was trying to come at me saying, well, are you going to talk about me, because she was worried about what I was going to say about Jake Yonsei and Shelby, which really fucking pissed me off too, because now I have her ambushing me because Sloan gave her the opportunity, and I felt backed in a corner, and it really pissed me the fuck off. But getting back to Sloan, now he posted a video back in February. I don't remember the exact date. I do have a screenshot of it, and I didn't download it because I didn't think that he would delete it, but he ended up doing it. In this video, he threw shade at me for shitting on his dreams. You want to know why I was shitting on his dreams? He was literally looking me in my face saying that he wanted to be the next Andy Cohen, that he wanted to be the next Wendy Williams, that he wanted to be the next Barbara Walters. Are you delusional? You're a drama channel on YouTube. And listen, you may get a show. I'm not saying the ratings will be good. He is just so cringe to me, you guys. And if I did half of the shit that he does on a daily basis with his YouTube channel, I would get canceled. Could you imagine if I uploaded a video, Jaclyn Hill, drug-induced bizarre rage, Justin Bieber, bizarre crack addiction, or something like that? Could you imagine what would happen to me? I would get decimated in the comments, but somehow it's okay for him to do that. And it really just annoys me. But something else that annoys me as well is the whole reason I know that I was invited out that night is because Sloan was trying to pull information from me because I had put 2 and 2 together on some shit that happened, and he wanted to know how I did it. And me being the person that I am, I don't drink. And that night I got completely sloshed. So I would have said anything. To me, this whole thing felt like recon, or he was trying to get intel or some information from me or Paige about what might be coming out of my video that I was going to be posting about James Charles. Because before the night even ended, him and Spill Sheh had wandered off. They didn't say goodbye or anything. No goodbye, no nothing, which I found to be incredibly weird and rude. Now I want to talk about Spill Sheh. And I used to love Spill Sheh. I liked her content. I liked her gig. She was actually very nice to hang out with. But my issue with her is the fact that she's continually buddy-buddy with MANNY. And she comes from about the same time period where all of this was going on with the payroll. She has to understand that that makes her look like a hypocrite. And much like the clip where Adam was talking about this, it's so weird to see her out at this JoJo Siwa launch knowing that James Charles and Colleen Ballinger were there. I don't know that she didn't hang out with them. How is there any way for me to know that she's not being biased in the things that she's reporting now because she's become friendly with them? I don't know if she's become friendly with them, but I do know that she said that she used to go to all these parties and she saw all these people, and that's just very, very weird and very creepy. The fact that she was at a party, I believe, with Tana Mojo, and Tana didn't even know who she was, and she was sitting right there with the drama channel, or the fact that she used to work for TMZ. Like, could you even imagine? I get dragged and get comments left to me when I read TMZ articles about how awful I am for even giving those people attention, but she used to work for them. What it is and what it will constantly be is rules of thee, not for me. There's people out there that will support people no matter what, and there's people out there that will do whatever and they don't care about the repercussions of it. And I don't know if it's just me specifically, but I feel like if Nick were to do the same things that they did, or Paige did the same things that they did, or even Peter Mon did the same things that they did, we would all get dragged for it. And I don't understand how it is that they've got away with this for so long. How are you reporting on people that are so problematic and then going to hang out with them? If you can make that make sense, that would be great. But you guys, I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Please try to keep it classy down below. I am not trying to be mean in this video. This is my experience with these people. I wish them all the best. I just cannot ever engage with them anymore. It's just terrible. And I have to distance myself from them now, just like I did with Rich Lux. And if you notice, they're friends with him too. Between us, I had changed my number anyway for a different reason, which Sloan had my number because we were in contact at that time. He ended up giving BJ my phone number without my consent. No consent at all. He just straight up gave her my number, and she called me and ambushed me on the phone one day. I was high as hell, you guys, and she was trying to come at me saying, well, are you going to talk about me, because she was worried about what I was going to say about Jake Yonsei and Shelby, which really fucking pissed me off too, because now I have her ambushing me because Sloan gave her the opportunity, and I felt backed in a corner, and it really pissed me the fuck off. But getting back to Sloan, now he posted a video back in February. I don't remember the exact date. I do have
For the record, as of me filming this, the video has 3,000 likes to 33 dislikes. And I want to read a couple of the comments. Somebody said, Dustin left no survivors in this one. And I want to insert something else as well. Like, I don't know who BJ is. He mentions BJ in this video. I don't know anything about BJ, so I'm not going to touch on that. If y'all do, like, what do you think about BJ? I know nothing, so I'm not going to even, like, step into that territory and talk on something that I know nothing about. I don't even know BJ's real name. I just know of BJ. Someone else said, I just love you. So obviously a lot of support, and, you know, also some people that are giving a neutral opinion. I want to talk about, just for a quick second before I close out this video, the move from your hometown to LA. I remember seeing some of Sloan's videos in 2020, 2021, and he was not who he is today. And I think it's really exciting if a creator can move to wherever their dream location is. Like, I'll tell y'all, for my dream location, if I could pick anywhere, number 1, San Diego, number 2, Key West, Florida. And obviously, I would bring my dad along with me, because my dream is to be able to care for my dad and have him with me wherever I live. So either way, I don't want this to be really sad or soppy or anything, but I do think there's something to be said for the content, the personality, the vibe change that happens when a lot of creators move to the LA area. I've seen it happen with numerous different creators, and I'm sure some of your all's favorite creators went from wherever their hometown is, they move to LA, and they turn into a little bit of a different person, or maybe a lot of a different person. I think one of the most important things within drama channels is to have accountability within reason. And when I say within reason, I mean things like showing up at JoJo Siwa's listening party or her launch party. Things like openly following people like James Charles, Colleen Ballinger, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star on social media. I am talking about things that come with a bit of a heavier amount of scrutiny than just having a bad take on a video. Like, you know, maybe some people don't agree with you. I am talking about saying, hey, I support this person so much that I'm going to be photographed at their party and or making TikToks with them, doing random little videos with them, and still continuing to make content as if I'm here for the people and I'm here to bring awareness is just a big clusterfuck, in my opinion. And I'm not here for clusterfucks. I'm not here for hypocrisy, and I'm not here for people, acting as if they care for a cause that they don't care about. They care about it as long as it gets them clicks and views, and outside of that, it's the Wild West. Tell me how you feel down below. Are you a fan of all of these people? How do you feel like when it comes to drama channels showing up at public events with people like JoJo Siwa, James Charles, Colleen Ballinger, and then acting as if they're trying to give criticism to the same people that they're showing up at parties with? It's just very weird. I am so glad I'm not in LA. Never would I be caught moving to LA. So that is one thing I can say. Absolutely, y'all never have to worry about moving it to LA. There's literally nothing there that I would want to associate with. So either way, I think that's enough for anything for today. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.